Venom, which opened on Wednesday, so you may have some correspondence about it.
On the side of the bus.
Character seen before in Spider-Man 3, existing outside of the Marvel Cinematic Universe. I mean, to be honest with you, I'm not an expert on all this stuff. There's,
we know.
That universe and this universe. Let's just look at the film, okay? Story is directed by Ruben Fleischer. Tom Hardy is Eddie, who's this investigative blogger who is searching for dirt on Riz Ahmed's Carlton Drake, who runs a life foundation, but about whom, because he's looked at his girlfriend's email, he knows some dirt. Here's a clip.
I've always believed that space exploration is crucial in our quest to cure everything that ails us here on Earth.
So I have to ask, how does that work? Exactly the life foundation thing. How does it I don't know, how does it go about, say, testing pharmaceuticals?
Eddie, we're talking about the rocket here.
No, I'm not. I'm talking about the allegations. It says that you recruit the most vulnerable of us to volunteer for tests that more often than not end up killing people.
Eddie.
They never got to work out.
Thank you very much.
We're not finished.
Yes, you are, Mr. Brock.
Is that a threat?
Have a nice life.
Then what happens is that Riz Ahmed's character, he's come into possession of some extraterrestrial life forms that he calls that need symbiotic relationships with humans, and he's trying to match them to humans with disastrous results until one of them finds Eddie and becomes Inky Swamp Thing. Now, the main problem with Venom is this. Very much like its central character, it is in two minds about what it wants to be and what it wants to do. So the central character is kind of arguing with this parasite that has taken him over. And it's like the film itself is having an argument with itself. So the first movement...
He argues with a parasite.
Yeah, the parasite is like an inky blackness that is in him but comes out of him and tells him to do things, and he hears the voice in his head, but then it kind of manifests outside and bites people's heads off. The first movement seems to be sort of somber character stuff. He loses his girlfriend, he loses his job, he then becomes possessed by this demonic force, and it's okay, fine. Then the middle bit gets really, really silly. The special effects kick in. We see him being chased by Riz Ahmed's henchmen, but he's doing Mr. Elastic Band stuff, kind of, sub-original Spider-Man, twangy action sequences of no consequence whatsoever. And then about 2/3 of the way through, it starts to get weirdly funny. And as soon as our central character and the parasite are kind of generally reconciled, it kind of turns into All of Me meets Swamp Thing, or Howard the Duck meets the Blob. And I started enjoying it. And at one point I thought, when I came out afterwards, and I went to see it with Child too, and we both went, what on earth was that? And then I said, well, you know what? It was never boring. And he said, no, it was. At the beginning, I said, oh, yes, I've forgotten that. Yes, it was. It was boring at the beginning. And then it was rubbish in the middle. And then it was funny. There's a certain point when it kind of achieves a Hudson Hawk level of daftness. And I started to go with it. So although the result is a complete and utter tonal mess, there is no question about that. But I am not saying it's a good film. But I did enjoy the last third of it, because by that point it seemed to have gone through so many permutations and combinations of what it wanted to be, and then it turned up as Tom Hardy having an argument with Swamp Thing inside him, and I thought, oh, okay, that I can live with that bit of the movie. So it was boring, then silly, then fun.